Here we go. All right. All right. Who wants to start off with the recap?
Not me.
Admittedly, my memory is actually a bit spotty, so I'd like to pass this time as well.
Wasn't I mean basically with Nelson, he was waking up in the hospital and he had to get away from whoever the fuck was having a spaz attack, and then after that he got moved to another room and was able to talk to the dude that works for the company.
Sean.
And yeah, Sean. And then Sean basically had more leads to go off of, and Nelson had an extra contact card. But I don't recall a whole lot before that.
Yeah, the painkillers make things kind of hazy.
Yeah, right.
So Sean was able to get some of the PM, the preventative maintenance logs for the drills. He went to the med bay, met with Nelson, also spoke with his partner, who was a doctor at the med lab, to get the medical reports of the fatalities from the mining accident. And he was able to talk with Hirano, who's the shift supervisor for the drills. Was able to get those PM logs from him.
Yeah, he is the main mining supervisor.
And he had a very successful role to get Hirano to sign off on whatever he was looking for in terms of liability. And Sean ran into the Colonial Marine captain, I think, or sergeant?
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant, thank you.
Yeah. Lieutenant Frank Romero. Y'all had a little bit of a...
They butted heads, didn't they?
A little bit.
Yeah. So, that's pretty much where we wrapped things up, because they discovered how to describe it, the stone inside the rock, if that makes sense, that was already carved out, that the mining equipment struck, and it exposed some type of, not necessarily man-made, but an object down in the mine shaft that is not supposed to be there.
Natural.
Yeah.
What? No.
And I think for Jukes, he mostly just pissed off his one contact, Tada, some more by saying that he wasn't going to get him the less than legal shipment that he was hoping to get up to the station. And then he went back to his room and he tried to dig around the local net for more information and got some information on basically Sean Anderton, I think, as far as someone who might take an interest in the investigating that Jukes has been kind of doing on the side, his deputy type work that he's just decided to take on himself. He's left messages for various people, who, including a colonial marshal by the name of Goodwin, but no one really seems to be getting back to him as quick as he would prefer. So he's trying to move up the chain, so to speak. And Sean Anderton seems to be his next best bet as far as finding someone who might appreciate the information he's got. And I think that's all Jukes did last session.
Yeah, that pretty much sums up what happened last time.
Cool.
All right. So, Lieutenant Rail will not be appearing in this episode due to real-life issues of school and studying and finals papers. So the stuff that I had planned for him will basically be happening off-screen. And I will get with him sometime between now and next game to kind of go over what did or did not happen during that time. And then I'm sure he'll come back no worse for wear. Nothing bad will happen. Ever.
Man, he's just having some pains in his chest now.
Couple seizures. Looking a little malnourished. Maybe. But yeah, no, see, that's actually the whole like plot twist, is that nothing scary is actually going to happen this entire campaign, but I'm just going to let you guys think it is.
TPS reports no!
Taxes? What?
Labor disputes.
The most horrifying thing of all. All right, so introducing our newest cast member here, a colonial marine by the name of John Ransom. John, we are going to say that obviously you're not the head marshal at the colony, but I think we came up with that you're kind of like still higher up on the ladder, just not the top of it.
Yeah, like John was goes way back with is it Lucas is that the name of the head honcho, but was working with him in his last posting, and once he was hired on, or as the honcho was hired on Aster, John was one of the first deputies he brought in. So he's been a permanent resident of the colony since he's gotten here.
Yeah, Lucas Richardson is the head marshal.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So he's, kind of, since he lives here, he's he sort of more of a peacekeeper, or at least he's imagines himself to be that way. Like it's in his estimation, especially since it's not a breathable atmosphere. It's like he sees this as a very delicate environment. He basically most of his work, aside from basic cop stuff, is sort of serving as a liaison with the foreman at the mine, and just sort of keeping an eye on things and trying to make sure that tensions or long-standing tensions within the colony don't boil over, because there's not a whole lot of places for tension to be exercised on the station.
Yep. And so over the last couple days of stuff going, it's been rather bustling in the colony with this potential new discovery. A lot of the science teams have been kind of mobilizing into the mines and everything like that. and mostly on the geologist side. The biologists haven't had too much to go on since everybody's just looking at rocks at the moment. So the biological team has scheduled their own excursion, which requires a marine escort. So that is where Frank has gone, along with a few of his marines, to make sure that nothing pops up. Make sure that nothing pops up and eats the scientists.
Good luck to them.
But yeah, so John, you have over these last couple days received a report from one of your other marshals to get signed off on about a report of contraband and smuggling. And there is a contact there for the for who gave the information.
Cool. So yeah, in that case, yeah, John will have sort of received that memo from Richardson, and he's going to, I guess looking at this, it's a pretty small colony, right? And it's pretty.
No, it's actually a pretty well-sized one. It's got about 1,100 people rotating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just looking at the layout. Seems pretty well centralized. But yeah, I'll be in that case. I'll be searching for this informant just to make contact and see what he can see.
Yeah, it has their contact information and everything like that, so you can definitely ring them up on a comm or what have you.
Sure. First thing in the morning, he's going to drink his shitty coffee and then put in a call on the comm to see if this informant picks up.
Okay. All right, so Jukes, you're getting a call in the morning.
Question: would I normally be up for my normal job, or?
I don't know. Do you sleep in?
I do sleep in when I'm not working.
Okay. Do you want to say you wake up to the call, or do you want to make a roll to see if you wake up?
No, we'll say I wake up to the call. I'm groggy, and I tap the because I'm assuming this is like the video call a la Aliens, right?
Yeah.
Where we get yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I tap the call. I'm like, hello.
So yeah, you see a sort of thin dude with a bushy beard, sort of sipping coffee. Is this Brooklyn Jukes?
Speaking.
Good morning. My name's John Ransom. I am a deputy colonial marshal here on the colony. I hear you dropped a dime for us recently.
Oh. Yes, I see. Goodwin got my message. Glad it got through.
Yeah, sorry about the delay there, but yeah, I'm very interested in this report you put in. I am definitely interested in a meetup if you are not indisposed.
Of course. Anything I can do for the good men and women of this colony?
That's what we like to hear. Do you like chess? Let's meet up at the recreation, say 1,100 hours. You'll find me. It's a good sort of isolated place. Not a lot of people hang out at the in that particular corner of the recreation zone, so it'll be a nice private spot for us to catch up on this report.
Chess, huh? Truth be told, I don't think I've ever played that game before.
It's all right. It's easy.
I'll take your word for it.
Cool.
Anything else I could do for you?
Just keep your head down, and I'll see you. I'll see you when I see you.
Alrighty, thank you very much. And after the call is done, he's gonna go back to sleep for until the appointed time.
It's like it's only 800 hours. I got 3 hours.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah. And at the same time, Mr. Nelson, you are being discharged from the medical area, from the med bay.
Oh shit. Okay, it's been some time then, hasn't it?
Yep, it's been a few days.
Alrighty.
You are actually met as you are being discharged by your buddy Kyle.
Oh boy, Kyle, how goes things?
What's up, dude? Like you got a little messed up there.
Oh, just a fucking shrapnel explosion. It's nothing. Happens. Oh my gosh. Anything new?
Same shit, different day. Well, I guess it's a different shit, different day now, considering that they don't have any of us down in the mines right now. That got all these fancy lab coats and everything going in and out, and they don't want us messing up their new site. Freaking scientists, man. Think they know everything just because they got a PhD or some shit.
I know, right? It's like they went to school for something, all of a sudden they just deserve more money. I don't know. Don't get it. Let's see here. I'm trying to... Oh, every fucking time I swear it's my turn, it's like I don't know what to do. But... I guess I'll head back? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's there to just kind of like, make sure you get back to your place in one piece and that you don't fall apart.
Oh boy, alright, what could possibly go wrong? I guess I'll head back to my place or something and just chill for a little bit until we get called for something else. I don't know. I don't know what the hell else can break down there. I mean...
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Like, what could possibly... But yeah, I guess that's what Nelson would probably do. It's like, he probably doesn't want to stay in the hospital for too long. It's been a few days and there's nothing to do, so...
Yeah, except sit there and waste away. Food's not too bad, though, comparatively.
That is an interesting point. But yeah. Yeah, I guess he'd head back.
Okay. Alright, so you get back to your apartment, and Kyle's like, you need anything else, bro?
No, not really. I don't think so. Thanks for checking in, though, man.
Alright, man, give me a call. We'll go grab a beer or something like that.
Yeah.
Attention,
Alright.
Andromedans. This station operates in linear space-time.
So yeah, you get back to your
hyperspace travel and communication.
get back to your apartment.
Hey, boss.
Fucking Timmy.
Attention,
What's up, Tim?
This station operates in linear space-time.
Where you been?
Framed for using hyperspace travel and communications.
I guess news doesn't really come around, but basically, yeah, a drill exploded. I got some shrapnel on my leg, and I was in the hospital for a few days, so I'm back. And that's basically it.
Oh, it's a good
Oh yeah,
thing
some guy was asking some weird questions, but that's about it.
it's a good thing I'm not an actual pet, or I probably would have died.
Yeah, right. Oh man, that would... Shit. But yeah. God, I don't know what fucking Nelson should do at this point. I really don't. It's just, I don't know. I never know.
Oh, you got a message, boss?
Oh, really? Play it.
Let me find the little thing here. I think it's this one. Do-do-do-do. Where was your thing? There we go. So the message is from a Talia Yorkshire. She is a fellow engineer of yours.
Okay. What's that all about?
Okay. It's just a it's a text message, like not a voice message or anything like that. But it's basically saying that she heard about what happened. You know, it really sucks, and if you want, she is basically more or less, if you want to, you know, meet up and bitch about it over a drink or so after you get recovered, then she is willing to do so.
Okay. Oh shit. Probably bitch about it with Kyle and them. Just we'd all be just in a circle bitching about stuff. Cool. Sure. I guess there's not a whole lot else going on, so why not?
Well, it is 8 in the morning, so I don't know if you want to say let's go drink now, if you want to wait until later in the day.
What, people don't drink in the morning?
I mean, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, sure, but I mean,
I guess, yeah. But I guess I'll reply to it saying it's like, yeah, sure, why not? And probably ask what time or whatever, and see what's going on. Probably bring a few friends or whatnot. But yeah. Is there any other messages, notifications, whatnot?
Yeah. There is. Let me see. Got a message from Ken on there too. You wanna read that one, or you just gonna ignore that one?
I'll read it, but I'll probably ignore it. What's it say?
Basically, here you're getting discharged today. That's good. You gotta. I expect you to be back at work in the next couple days.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Well, if he's expecting, then yeah. Alright, cool. Shit. I guess. Let's see here. Where is Nelson at the moment?
You went back to your apartment, so you would be on one of these.
Oh, there we go.
That is not what I want to do. Actually, move the map. Well, yeah. So your apartments are one of the middle-sized ones. Or not the middle-sized one, but in the middle map there.
Okay.
You probably have one of the smaller size apartments based on your pay. So, scrolling all the way over to the right there, again, I have kind of the basic floor layout of what the apartment size ones look like.
Okay. Oh, geez. What the hell? What? Interesting. But yeah. What's in the middle area here? Like in these little segments?
It's elevators.
Elevators. Okay.
Yeah, elevators and maintenance shafts, basically.
Gotcha. There's no like I don't know how to explain it. Courtroom or not in courtroom? Fucking courtyard.
Oh yeah, that's on the bottom floor. Like the very left
Okay.
map there is the very bottom floor, which is like, you know, common area and a bunch of like stores and shit like that.
Okay. I think Nelson would probably not want to stay in the same room for a long period of time. He's already been at the hospital or the fucking med bay for like 3 days, so I don't think he'd be wanted sitting down for any longer. So he'd probably be walking around, or at least trying to.
Yeah, I mean the medical technology and everything like that of the future is, you know, advanced enough to where like your leg is more or
Oh,
less healed
yeah.
up, right? You know, you can walk around, stuff like that. It's sore and whatnot,
Gotcha.
but you know, you are fit and hale and everything like that.
Okay. That's probably what I should have asked if he was walking around comfortably. But, yeah, I guess you could probably use an elevator to go down and see what's going on in the common areas.
Yeah, I mean, think of it as like a can I join you down here? There you are.
Probably should change the other he's not dying.
Right? Put some color back in your face.
Mm.
But yeah, you know, I mean, like, think of it as just like a very like oversized like I mean, think of it as an indoor strip mall, more or less, with like the center being like what you would see as like the food court area with all a bunch of tables and everything like that spread about,
Yeah.
little lounge areas, etc.
Hmm. But I guess he'd probably hang out here or something. I'm not sure what's really going on, but I don't know where to put Nelson at this point. So I think I'll.
I mean, if
end my turn, quote unquote.
I mean, if all Nelson wants to do right now is some retail therapy, that is a valid, you know, thing to do.
Mm. But yep, not sure where else to throw him at.
Yeah, no, that's fine. All right, Mr. Anderton.
So Sean has been very busy. He has been. He gained access to the medical records of the fatalities from the mining accident, and also to the people that were injured in the mine shaft, which would include Nelson Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Do we still have stress, or has all that?
Oh no, it's been a few days. Stress is gone.
Okay. So with these medical records, Sean wants to alter them to show that they did have substances in their bloodstream.
Okay.
And I'd like to roll for that.
Okay. How are you going to go about that?
Let's see. You would have access to altering medical, or I could like medtech. Or, I'm sorry, comtech.
If you want to do it directly, yes. That's what I was asking. Like, are you wanting to do it directly, or are you going to try and get somebody to do it for you? Depending on what approach you take, is the kind of roll you're going to do.
Mm-hmm. I think he would be able to access that himself with his clearance as a company agent. So I'd like to roll that myself.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So go ahead and throw out a Comtech roll. Yeah. Go ahead and throw out a Comtech roll because you're going to be going through a couple of things that you don't necessarily have inherent access for. So you'll have to kind of like throw a couple of loopholes through it there.
Sure. Mhm. What the devil? Okay, well, Sean's going to push that. Wow, that's insane. Can I use a story point for that?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Well, I will do that. Not a single roll, not a single success on either. And I'm rolling with 8.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good that's a good sign, isn't it?
I'm glad I'm getting all these bad rolls out now. So later in the session, I'll have nothing but successes.
But yeah, so yeah, the story point will give you the single success, which gets past the no successes that the firewall got.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, so you are able to access the records directly.
Perfect. So with the 5, it was 5 people were killed.
Yes,
correct?
I believe that's what I said before. Yeah, about 5 people killed, another handful of them injured.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like to write it so 3 of them had narcotics.
Okay.
And then another 2 who were injured also had narcotics or illegal substances in their bloodstream.
Let's see. Move Frank off the board here. There we go. All right. Nelson, you're not there. All right, cool. So yeah, you get in there. You doctor the documents, basically putting the blame of the malfunctioning or exploding machine due to user error with the evidence of impaired operators.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything
Can
else
I
you?
have one of those people be Nelson?
Well, Nelson wasn't working on the one that exploded, so that might be a little far-fetched.
But he was still injured.
He was injured, yes, but he was not anywhere near the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not. He was close enough to get hit by it, but he was not definitely one of the operators.
Sean had direct contact with him, though, after the explosion,
Correct.
as he was being wheeled away.
Correct, and he was on painkillers for his injury.
Right. So I think Sean could probably blackmail Nelson in saying that he had found evidence of illegal substances in his blood for maybe favors down the line, as long as I don't disclose my findings.
I mean, you can definitely go down that route.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, yo.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean,
that's what Sean's.
are you going to go down that route?
I think Sean will. Yes.
Okay. Are you just gonna kind of keep that in your pocket for right now, or are you going to try doing a more direct method?
I think Sean's going to seek out Nelson
Okay.
and just have a conversation with him.
All right. Well, with you do have I mean, it's public knowledge of, like, being able to find, who's who and where and whatnot.
Okay. So would Sean know that?
Like, you could
Nelson
call
is
him up
into-
right now at his, well, I should say you could call up his apartment or whatever right now if you wanted to.
Yeah. So I think Sean will do that. So he'll press the send button.
Okay.
Ross, you got a call coming through.
Huh?
A call.
A call. Okay. Who is it?
I don't know. Caller ID says Anderton. Yes.
I don't want to fucking talk to that guy.
Seem to be kind of popular today, don't you?
Right. God.
This has been like the most notifications Nelson has gotten in his entire life.
Yeah. Well.
Popular.
All right. Sure. Whatever. Let's patch him through. I'll see if I can call him back or something. I don't know.
So you pick up?
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, Mr. Sharp.
Yeah. What's up?
Hi, this is Sean Anderton. We met several days ago after the incident in the mines.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling?
A bit sore, but I'm not deceased, so I suppose I should be thankful.
That's a very positive outlook, Mr. Sharp. Listen, do you have time this afternoon to meet with me, or maybe you can come up to my apartment for lunch? Because I want to go over a few things with you about my investigation in regards to the accident.
Please refrain from using hyperspace travel and communication.
It's awfully specific coming to people's apartments, but sure, I guess.
Attention all Andromeda. This station operates.
Yeah, what time, I guess? What's up?
Please refrain from using
Let's
hyperspace
have
travel
an
and
11 o'clock
communication.
lunch.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's not
Does
the
that work for
afternoon.
you?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, good. That's fine. We'll have an early lunch then. I'll
Oh,
see
boy,
you at
it'll be
11 o'clock.
Sure, it'll be a
Thank you.
brunch.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Brunch time. I think my goal is to now annoy Sean.
Well, his goal is apparently to blackmail you, so.
I mean, you can try.
Yes, you can. Well, that's what Sean's going to do. So.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Well, I guess everybody's having lunch dates with each other.
I guess so.
Indeed.
All right. Well, unless anybody's going to be doing anything in the next 3 hours before their rendezvous.
Hmm.
Just paperwork.
I feel like that's a. Was that supposed to be like hinting and nudging at somebody, or?
No, I'm just seeing if there's anything. If there's anything anybody wants to do before we move on to these next scenes.
If there's anything at all.
Yeah. Nope. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So, Jukes, you got an alarm that goes off at about like 10:30 there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. Begrudgingly gets ready. You know,
Yep.
does all that usual routine before meeting up with Mr. Ransom.
Yep. All right, and then I guess you, unless there's anything else, you just head on over there, and you and Mr. Ransom there are having a nice little get together in front of a
Yeah.
digital chessboard.
Yeah. Jukes is gonna do the Riker maneuver, where you have the step over the chair. I don't know if you're familiar with the Riker maneuver, but he steps over like the back of the seat to get into his chair. He swaggers into it, and he looks at the pieces curiously. So this is chess, huh? Looks pretty old-fashioned.
Yep. So yeah, this is he sort of goes over the basics, but I just came here because, as you can see, there's no one in this space with us right now. So you strike me as the type not to sit on your laurels. Am I right?
Sure. Yeah, I
So
feel like I need to roll a manipulation for that though. Because
okay.
that is the exact opposite of who he is. He wants
I mean, like, are you trying to, like, be confident about it, or are you just being like, yeah, sure, pretty, like, blatant that, like, if you say so, buddy.
you're right. That's probably more accurate in this case. Yeah.
So no roll manipulation.
Yeah. Never mind. Take back what I said.
So I mean, it takes a certain kind of person to, take it upon themselves to submit I guess you would say, a report with the colonial marshals, which I respect that, honestly, I do. And I know, smuggling on a little colony like this one, theft is one of those things people don't really, they don't think it matters, but then, the things that get offloaded, they're needed by someone at some point, and then we end up with a situation much like the one the colony certainly finds itself in now. So, have you keep me up to speed? Have you learned anything else since you put in that report? It's been a little while, as I understand it.
No, sir. It wasn't easy to get the information that I had to begin with, but I managed, and certainly if there was anything additional, Colonial Marshals would be the first to know.
I do appreciate your civic mindedness. So I'm trying to figure out our next steps here. So obviously someone is selling off our equipment. Where would you if you were me, where would you go next?
If I were you, where would I go next?
An enterprising individual like yourself.
Jukes thinks about it. He's like tapping one of the pawns on his chin. Well, I guess I'd try to stake out maybe where this last known potential shipment was coming out. See if maybe we can catch anyone in the act.
Are you in this with me then? You look like you could use some action.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm more than willing to help out however I can. However, I do have a job of my own that I need to keep up with, and you know, I might need some.
Financial incentive, is that what you're asking me?
Oh well, if need be, I was just thinking, you know, just making sure people knew after this is all said and done that I was of assistance. But you know, financial, that not gonna say no to that, of course.
Sure, I'm sure. I mean, I know that we have procedures for this sort of thing. I can definitely have us covered on both of those bases. I don't want to. I know you do very important work here, and I don't want to interfere with that. But I do have the authority to. Well, I am a deputy, and I do have the authority to deputize people as needed. But
Of course, of course.
yes, and you, as a pilot, I understand you may have insights into this smuggling business, logistics, and such that could prove very useful. And of course, the more useful you are, the more credit I'm more than willing to give you.
I see. Well, I think this might be the beginning of a beautiful friendship, if I do say so myself.
Indeed.
So yeah, what do these pieces do? And if I could, I'm presuming we actually play a game at
At some
after
point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to see if I could play the game in a way that impresses you.
Do it.
Okay.
Let's
I guess
see.
just it would be a observation roll, like well, what's the word I'm looking for? Competitive observation roll, I guess is how you would play chess.
Cool.
All right, I'll give that a shot then. Are you window? Observation. What? There you are. Okay.
Nice.
I would like to push that.
Okay.
I opened
Channel, have you used the character sheets on Roll20 before?
I have. So do you want to have him push first, or should I go?
So he hasn't actually. I mean, he said he's gonna push it, so he can go ahead and do it anyway. But
Ooh, I got one.
Yeah. Let me see what my push gets me.
Oh. Says, I thought I got you there, but you're a quick learner.
Well, I do tend to pick things up quickly.
Well then, I think this is going to be very productive. The
All right.
investigation. Cool. And then I guess so I'll take that suggestion and sort of we'll head for whatever berth or area the outgoing shipment that was last seen, and let's see what we can dig up.
at the same time that this is happening, we have another rendezvous between Sean and Nelson.
Oh boy.
So Nelson, you get Sean's contact information and everything like that. His room is one of the top floor ones, when the executive suites.
Okay. So, I'm not sure what you're.
We'll go here.
I'm already there, or?
Start.
I mean, you can just if you go scroll all the way to the right or whatever, we'll just kind of put you guys in there.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
Yeah. No, the floor layouts. I mean, there are obviously multiple floors of each thing and whatnot. There's 5 floors or so of the 4 or 5 floors of the executive suites, and 20 to 25 floors of the regular apartments. So
Okay.
those are just meant to show how they're laid out in the actual building and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
All right.
So the apartment is very well kept, nicely decorated, very clean. Sean has a nice little lunch put out for you. Shakshuka, some naan bread, and a little cucumber salad with some iced tea for beverage.
This is oddly specific.
I know.
Look, Sean might be a scheming bastard, but he's a classy scheming bastard.
Well, of course.
I love detail. So you kind of close your eyes and just kind of imagine what's happening in the environment. So yeah. So Sean will motion for you to take your seat, and he will take his.
Of course. And Nelson will, of course, take a seat. Yeah.
So Nelson, if I may call you Nelson.
That is my name.
So I was looking through your medical records as I start to file all of this information from the equipment loss to personnel loss to medical claims regarding this incident. And I found something rather peculiar about your.
As he's
About-
talking, Nelson's just kind of like, stirring like a spoon in the iced tea, just kind of making like a little rattling noise.
Mhm.
Clink, 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 clink.
Mm.
Oh, do you not like?
Yeah.
Would you prefer something else for lunch?
Oh no, this actually looks pretty good.
Have you
Loud slurping noises.
have you had shashuka before?
So what the?
I'll take that as a no.
I've never heard of this.
Well, it's very good, and it's a very good vegetarian.
It's like
food.
water, right?
No, not quite. It's a mix of peppers and onion and red peppers and tomatoes with eggs inside, and then you'll just eat the naan with it, and then the cucumber salad will be.
This isn't a drink.
Supplemental. No, it's not a drink.
Well,
So-
he's talking about the tea.
Oh
the
no,
tea,
yeah.
tea is a drink. Okay.
Yeah, Nelson is talking about the tea. Sean is
Oh.
talking about the food.
Right,
Like they fit all this in a drink? Yeah.
they do. It's a food process. No,
Where's the
So,
chunks
but
of eggs floating in there? Nelson's kind of looking through the glass.
Slurp it up through a straw. It's fine.
Yeah.
Big old smoothie straw into it.
Mm-hmm.
My apologies. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah,
May I call
thank
you Sean?
You may. You may. It's people. Green is people. Brilliant. So Sean is starting to eat his lunch, and he'll just kind of look across the table and say, "Is there anything you want to disclose with me before I go any further?"
What do you mean? Like, I thought I more or less disclosed everything. Like whenever you asked me earlier when I was on the hospital bed or the med bay bed. Same thing.
You did, and I appreciate what you had to say, but I think you were also under the influence of painkillers, were you not?
I mean, that may or may not be true given the fact that I did have a large chunk of shrapnel in my leg. So,
Yes, that looked terribly uncomfortable.
it'd be probably not a good situation if I didn't have any of painkillers at the time. So,
Right. Well, these records, which Sean will kind of pat the little flimsy card pad, whatever they're called in the future.
Data pad, whatever.
Data pad, perfect. That's the Star Wars name. I didn't know if we want to call it that. But
We're not worried about copyright infringement.
I know. Disney might come after us, though. if they listen to this on YouTube. Anyway, so Sean will kind of pat the data pad beside his lunch. And say, as I was reading through this, your medical records say that they found something in the toxicity report.
on toxicity report.
And it tells me that you were on narcotics during your shift.
This is some good shit, Sean. God damn.
I am quite a
You gotta
good
bring me
cook,
up for
I
some brunch more often. This is some good shit.
I might have to.
Excuse me.
Oof.
Hold on. Oh my god. There's a lot in there. Yeah, go on. My apologies. I am a little parched.
Yes. It's much better than the food they serve you down at the medical bay. So,
Excuse me. I had to blow my nose. There was something in there.
uh,
Yes?
and I I'm just concerned about what will happen if this is disclosed to the company
Well, it's just close to the company.
that you were on narcotics during your shift.
Narcotics. Isn't that like painkillers
They are.
during
And-
an explosion?
And
An
as
accident that happened prior to taking said things?
it is. And
It
that's
is.
also the reason why I believe that the 5 people were killed, because they also had illegal substances in their blood.
That is particularly strange that those 5 people would have narcotic. Like, did they actually, or are you just like, are you bullshitting me?
I don't have time to bullshit, Nelson. I really just want to get to the bottom of this, and I want to make this easier
Oh,
for
I'd
you.
like to get to the bottom of this too. Here. That was actually really good. It sets it down, it's empty.
I'm glad you think so.
But I don't know what you're really trying to get at here, because it doesn't make any sense. You're trying to do some wonky fucking I don't even have the words to describe what you're trying to do here, but it sounds kind of dumb, and I feel like what you may or may not have tried to be doing could have been in a better stance. And if you didn't try to leverage it on on somebody else's career, but I don't know. I'm not too good with relationship stuff and whatnot, but maybe you could not. I don't know. It's like, it seems like some weird stuff, and you honestly don't have a whole lot to go off of, unless if you did just poison my food, which, thank you, by the way. But
No, it's not my business to dispose of dead bodies.
But it's like, what was your whole plan here exactly? Like, it doesn't
Well-
really make a whole lot of sense.
I know.
How would
I
this
know,
help you?
and-
How would
And
this help?
I'll
Me?
break it down for
This
you.
doesn't.
I'll break
This
it down.
doesn't. I thought I was doing something, cool, trying to help you out earlier, and then you try to turn this into something that it's not, and it's just. Does this actually look good for you? Because that might not be the case. I don't know.
Well, what I'm trying to do for you is that I need to stop looking at the chat. That if I can help you with this, then I think you can help me, because I'm going to have to turn this over to the marshals, unless we can reach some kind of agreement where this record doesn't make it to the marshals, and that your name will stay clear. Because what will happen here is
So
going to be
what's-
you'll be held
what-
with criminal. These will be criminal charges on top
Oh,
of what
no.
the company will. I know.
Oh no! Oh no! Please! I don't. I don't want to be charged as bad paperwork. Oh. So, okay. What's your agreement with again? What do you want? You could just ask me for a favor, but I mean, you got to go through all this effort.
It's not effort. It's trying to reach an agreement.
Who fucking hurt you as a kid, really? Did your parents leave you? They got divorced when you were like 4 years old and got upsetty spaghetti, and now you gotta trick everybody into a relationship by, putting some bullshit on their life, or what?
No, you did this to yourself, unfortunately.
I mean, I did do this to myself because I would like to not die from shrapnel in my leg, in case of
Yes.
something worse were to happen. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck could happen in this breaking character campaign of sorts, but oh my gosh, who fucking knows?
I know.
So, what do you got going on? What's your plan here? What would you like to make an agreement about, so that I do not become a bad man criminal person on the papers of the big man?
I will have to let you know that at a later time.
So you brought me here for lunch and spat in my face, and now you're, bro. You got to work yourself out here.
Hmm.
All right. Well,
It's called establishing relationships, Mr. Sharp.
establishing relationships by making sure that you have fake dirt on somebody else is not establishing a relationship. I hope you can figure that out later in life when you're trying to start a family or some bullshit like that.
Hmm.
But
Children are not in my purview, but
that makes sense.
Hmm.
Well, I guess I should get out of your metaphorical hair, seeing that you might be losing some. But thanks for the shwasta, whatever the fuck that was, and the egg chunks. That was nice. Thank you.
You're quite welcome, and I'll be in touch soon.
Alrighty. I'll see you then.
Well, I'll show you out.
Nelson's just gonna leave the door open.
Yes.
Well, they're automatics, so.
Aw, damn.
Manners make the man.
The
Get out of my
future ruins
apartment.
everything.
Get out of my apartment.
Good times. Good times. So, Sean, what's your next plan of action?
Clean up the dinner table from Mr. Sloppy over here. Ugh. So, after cleaning up the dishes, Sean's going to go back down to his office and speak with Vargas. Susanna.
Okay. Boop. All right. So you're on your way there. Nelson, what are you going to be doing?
That's a good question, because Asut just basically tried to threaten me over some bullshit that wasn't even my fault. So, I need to think on this. So,
Sounds like you have some extra complaining to do with your friends.
yeah, basically.
Okay.
This is like what, not even 30 minutes after, maybe an hour or so?
Probably something like that.
Alrighty, but yeah. Nelson's just gonna go back to his place and fucking chill for a little bit, cool off. Because, yeah. Hopefully that was as entertaining as it was for y'all as it was for me.
Sean's going to hope you have indigestion.
What's up, boss?
Hey, how's it going, Timmy? So yeah. I got a question. Can you actually, and what, wait, does Timmy even have power to get into, like, networks undetected, or anything like that?
I don't know. Have you programmed him to do so?
Fuck if I know.
I mean, Timmy's a Roomba, isn't he?
He is a Roomba, but he's obviously a talking Roomba.
Who fucking knows the power of this creature? this robot. But
What's up, boss?
I don't actually know. there's this person, Sean Anderton, and I thought he was going to be an all right person, but
He's an okay guy.
I don't know. He apparently gonna fucking try some bullshit with me. So, you got
You want me to go
you gotta
shoot the shoe?
this shit in the shoe. You know what? Nah.
You sure?
Can I actually see Sean's file if there is anything on him?
Just
Or
like,
does he even have anything like?
I mean, like, Wayland
That-
Yutani executive records are not like just readily accessible to the public.
Right. I probably should have expected that.
I mean, the most, if you like go, I mean, like, so like everybody has like a terminal in their room, right? The
Mm.
most that you could do is like look up his contact information.
Okay. But no, I think Nelson's just gonna chill at his place for a bit. But he's just gonna kind of simmer down and think about what just happened. But yeah, that's basically it. A
Anything,
company
that-
agent being a dick?
anything I can do for you, boss?
Nah, I think it's all good.
You sure?
You know, why don't you go shit in the shoe? I don't know how that works for a robot Roomba, but go for it.
You got it, boss.
Goes over and plugs himself into the computer.
Kind of concerned now, but how does it? I'm not sure how that works.
You know what? Timmy's abilities are up to GM Fiat now.
Oh shit! Okay. Alrighty then. I guess that's it for Nelson.
Going from fake crimes to real crime.
A fake crime to real crime. I mean, if I'm gonna be blackmailed, I might as well become a criminal anyways.
It's like, well, if you're gonna say I'm doing shit that's wrong, I might as well actually get the satisfaction of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Sean, you are back. You are headed back to your office to report to Vargas.
Yes.
Okay. What is it that you are going to be reporting?
So, Sean will report that several of the employees in the mines tested. Their blood reports had various strands of narcotics or alcohol consumption prior to or during their shift hours, which will be what may have led to the malfunction or misuse of equipment in the mines. With the exception of Nelson Sharp, of course, who will not be listed on the report.
Okay. So you send that off. You get a message back, basically saying, you know, good work. We should be able to use this to keep our noses clean. Company jargon. And then, you know, has her, like, you know, pasted digital signature.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Perfect.
a job well done for Mr. Sean Anderton. He's doing the company thing. Now he can get now he can get back to the important business. But switching gears, so are John and Brooklyn still chilling, or have they gone their separate ways?
I will have head out to the place indicated. Not entirely sure where it is on the map, but
So I think it sounded like John Ransom basically wanted to get a idea of the last scene of the crime, so to speak, which was the ship terminal. Like that's
Indeed.
basically where Jukes would have last, in the ship that he was meant to pilot, the cargo that he was supposed to take up. I mean, that would have been in the report, but that's
Sure. Cool. And in which case, I mean, if nothing else, I'm gonna go there and roll observation. I'm gonna like look around and see what I
Right.
can, or have the what is it the
Has Jukes named anybody, or has he just said, "Hey, people are smuggling shit"?
he hasn't named anyone yet.
Okay.
yeah, and John hasn't asked, but he will. He'll follow up. Let's see. So yeah, he does have the investigator talent. So when he rolls observation, he has that whole rigmarole.
Nice.
Cool. So should I go ahead and roll? Does that work?
What are you? Lay down exactly what is your end goal here for? What are you looking for?
So remind me, did the report or the tip include details about what specifically was being smuggled? It was just like
No, because
Yeah.
so when and this is what Jukes knows, and what he would have said too, because I don't think it really matters one way or the other. Basically,
Yeah. So on the record, what did
on
what did Jukes report?
right on the record, Jukes basically reported that he noticed he thought there was suspicious cargo, but he couldn't put his finger on it. Essentially, like he's pretty sure this is not the cargo. There's cargo here that isn't part of the trip up.
gotcha. In that case, he'll probably go to the sort of the dock or the ship terminal, and he will interface with the quartermaster, whoever is in charge of shipping and logistics there, and he's going to if he needs to roll manipulation, he will, but he's going to sort of dig in and see if he can find discrepancies in logs or just like listed ship weights versus what was on manifests or anything like that. Just anything that doesn't add up.
Please refrain from using hyperspace travel and
Okay. So you're looking through the documentations and everything like that, basically.
Yeah, just a lot of math.
Okay. Sorry, did Jukes mention that what ship he found stuff on?
Yeah, it would have been his own. That's why that's the part of the report that probably makes sense. Is
Sure.
that he's like, hey, the shipment that I was due to bring up, suspicious. The part that probably would raise some eyebrows, I'd imagine, for those like John Ransom is why he thinks this is the case, because on like cursory glance, there isn't anything that would give Jukes the indication that that was the case. Because off the record, in actuality, Jukes knows that there's smuggling being done because he was being asked to by the people who wants the smuggling to be done.
So it's basically sort of the information in the report is not like definite, but it's sort of like pointing Ransom to like this is definitely happening. It's just up to him to prove
Right.
it's happening.
Right. Jukes basically omitted the parts that would potentially implicate him as being someone who was in, who could have been in on this operation.
Sure.
To not incriminate himself or anybody else.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how that turns out. In which case, he's going to sort of look into where if there are any like storage spaces or any like places that were sort of assigned to that particular ship, and he'll search those or just do a inspection. He'll be there under the auspices of like a sort of a routine random inspection of cargo manifests and storage spaces.
Okay. Well, so it's not really routine inspections by the Colonial Marshals. It's usually done by like, the flight line staff and everything like that.
Okay.
If you actively go around like poking around, like somebody's gonna ask, what's going on and everything like that. So you can subvert that by just going to the flight line lead and everything like that, and just like say, hey, I'm here, looking into a tip or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I am a cop, so
Yeah.
I could just definitely do the official like I am here under my authority as a colonial marshal to like look
Right.
into. And he's going but John will like he'll play it off as though it's just like a routine day-to-day thing. It's like we get tips all the time. I'm just here to like check boxes,
Right.
in this like not actually like check physical boxes, but to like just do my due diligence.
Right. Okay. So go ahead and hit. So are you? So you're gonna go in there, talk to the like the flight line lead and just kind of tell him that, so that he doesn't think that anything's going on.
Yeah, I want to give him I'm going to give him the notion that he, at this point, Ransom isn't taking this very seriously, or that he doesn't actually suspect there's like any endemic smuggling or anything of that nature.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a manipulation roll.
No modifiers.
No modifiers.
Dang, I suck. I'll push that.
Okay.
Works. Let's see. All right, so and then just do it one more roll here. Wow. Okay.
Now, something to keep in mind, and I don't recall the details. I believe he has a story point if he wants to use one.
So this is his first game, so he hasn't gotten a story point yet.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were going to give him one, like,
Or no. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the story points come along with the 1 XP that you get for playing the session.
Right on.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, never mind then.
Okay, so he's not gonna. He's not gonna be very.
Let's see here. They didn't get any successes either, so I think ties go. I forget if ties go to the defender in this
They do.
situation. Yeah,
Ties go to defender.
yeah, yeah. No, that's pretty pretty shitty though. With all these blank rolls with all these dice, though.
Yeah, no. They even like list in the actual Alien RPG book like the statistical odds of like however many.
Yep. I have to imagine the flight deck lead is just like, you're the second in command of the marshals, and this is just routine, huh? Hmm.
Okay, so you don't do anything to dissuade him of
I don't play it cool.
well, I mean, like you say, you know, you say your piece and everything like that, but he's not convinced. You know, he's not off his guard.
Sure. That's all right. He says, so can you get me access to like this staging area or whatever it is for this particular ship, so I can do this and go home?
Yeah, sure. One second, and he kind of gives you a basically a key card that lets you access the ship and whatnot.
Much appreciated. Cool. So I'll start with the if there's any like private like I said, staging area or storage for the ship.
No, it's pretty much like have you ever been on a flight line before or seen one or anything like that?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the ships are basically kind of like in big parking spaces, you know?
Uh-huh.
So like they're in like the open area. So, but it's just more about actually accessing the ship itself.
All right. In that case, yeah, then I'll just go into the ship. And is it just the standard, cargo or like the standard towing ship from famously?
I mean, like it's like it's meant to bring passenger and cargo.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Cool. Well, I will.
It is. They are not like the ships that are on the ground here are meant to go to the station that's up in orbit.
Gotcha. So it's just a sort of a shuttle then.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do the obvious and check the, any sort of cargo compartments first. But I have to assume that if there is illegal contraband, it's going to be in some special compartment that's not easily searchable. But is there anyone on the ship currently?
Nope.
Or is it? Okay. All right. So, do I roll, or is there?
Nope. You have access. I mean, you have access to the ship, so like you get on there. You can open up the cargo bay easily enough. Once you're on the ship and everything like that, everything's just pushing a button, opening doors, and all that kind of stuff.
Cool. Yeah. So can I go ahead and do investigator then, just to see if there's anything I can see?
Yeah. I mean, well, so Jukes, did you I forget if you cleaned up or anything like that before you had left.
I don't think I mentioned he did, so I'm gonna say no. And actually, I was gonna ask if I could potentially, quote unquote, assist by pointing him to, or saying the guiding him for places that have either already been checked or that sort of deal.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be, I would totally be fine with you tagging along, or maybe shadowing me, or coming in later if you'd want to throw off suspicion, I guess. But
yeah, well, the reason I was asking is because if you go in the cargo thing, there's a couple of boxes that are opened and everything like that, and there's stuff that you can easily see in them and whatnot.
Sure.
Right. No, Jukes would legitimately be trying to help because he wants to ingratiate himself with someone so high up on the chain.
Sure.
So
Oh,
you want to have just gone with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
cool. All right. Let's see. All right, so we're there. I mean, does he just show me where stuff would be, or do I need to roll for it, or look confused?
No, like there's no roles that are really needed. So like roles are only really needed in two situations: if you are rolling against somebody, or if you're under a time limit.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
If you have the time and are not under pressure against anybody to do anything like and whatnot, then it's like I'm unless it's like a really well hidden thing, it's you do the thing in a certain amount under a certain amount of time. Now, if you're wanting to do it in a faster manner than normal, then yeah, a roll would be needed. But if you are just like taking your time and actually, looking through and everything like that, then no roll is needed.
Gotcha. So is Jukes is there with me?
Yeah.
And I'll ask him. So these smugglers, in your estimation, how dangerous do you think they are?
Dangerous. As far as I know, I haven't gotten word of any danger apart from the smuggling that they're trying to do.
Okay, just wanted to check in case, if we were if they would take unkindly to us snooping around, but we can take our time. All right, so what do I find then?
So pretty much the same stuff that was in there before. Some various medical equipment and machine parts and everything like that.
Okay, so we don't find evidence of anything then.
Well, the stuff that's being smuggled is basically the excess equipment and stuff like that from various areas to be.
Oh, okay. So it is actually there. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you just open the box and just like see the stuff and just assumes like, all right, where is it? Because I mean, like, I assume that like John's probably like expecting like drugs and shit like that or something, but.
Right. So this is just excess supplies being shipped out to be sold. Okay. Okay. Got this. So Jukes, who do you think? Who can we talk to? I'm not gonna come down hard on anyone. Like there's, everybody needs an extra buck now and then. I understand that. We just need to have an understanding that what's brought here for use of the colony has to stay here and used for its proper purpose is what I'm getting at. So I appreciate that you came to us with this. Now I'm going to need you to be a little bit more direct with precisely who I can talk to about this issue that we have.
I wish I could help you.
Well, I could impound the plane or the ship. I don't want to do that. Like I said, you have work that needs doing, and it's just going to make things worse if we ground one of our shuttles to the station. It's not going to be good for anyone. But I need to be able to go to Lucas and go to the chief and tell him we've got this well in hand. I can't go home and tell him like we found extra stuff here. We don't know where it came from and just put it back. It's just going to walk off again. So I'm asking you to help me out.
And I'd love to help out, but I'm just a pilot, man. I don't I just reported what seems suspicious to me. I don't got any more at this time.
All right. Did yourself. I'll call in the marshals and call in my folks and have them see what we can account for here that's in excess, and we'll see what happens. I'll have to keep a better eye on our supplies around here. Well, and then so he will, if he'll go to the nearest call terminal, put in a call to Lucas, just let him know that the basically the tip panned out. There is some excess smuggling going on, but if the chief wants this to be cracked down upon, he's going to have to okay, like, me bringing the hammer down on people, which he's John's sort of a get along sort of guy, so he's not thrilled with the idea of like going out and sweating people or detaining them as material witnesses. But he's going to go to the chief and ask him, like, what do we do here?
Okay, so, but you and Jukes are going your separate ways at this point?
Sure.
Sounds appropriate.
Okay. All right, so you got, let me go here. Just kind of put you in the proper places right here.
I am.
All right, so yeah, so you head back to the marshal's offices. Fill out your paperwork on what you found, and talk to Lucas about it. Like, what was it? Like, so
Yeah.
what you're saying is that we got just petty theft, more or less.
More or less. I mean, as like I'm concerned just because we've had these accidents in the mining in the mining tunnels, and as well as I do that colonies we make do with what we have, and if what we have is being shipped off world, we can't use it. So I'm just, I mean, me, I just want to get through the day and make sure nobody's getting hurt, but I mean, I'm of two minds about this.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but
Attention all Andromeda.
do you know if any of the suits have gotten wind of this?
Linear space-time.
Not that I'm aware of. I know that I'm fairly sure that Jukes knows more, but he's really my only lead right now. If I were to look into it more, I'd have to put a little bit of pressure on him.
All right. Well, make sure those assholes at Wayland don't know about it. We don't need them coming down on us for letting all of their shit get stolen.
Understood, boss.
Once we figure out who's doing it and get a stop to it, we'll be able to basically make it so that everything's hunky-dory, so...
All right.
Alright, well, you got anything else for me?
Not at present. I'll have the Flightline folks offload the excess stuff we found, and I guess we'll see where it goes from here. I'll keep an eye on it.
Alright, do that. Alright, where do you want to go from here? Or...
I'm gonna go play some chess.
Alright. How about you, Jukes? What are you doing?
I'm gonna see if I can contact Mr. Anderton, or find him.
Okay. So you got public his public information.
Yep.
So where do you want to try to get in contact with that?
Ideally, I'd like to bump him as he's, bump into him as he's walking to, between some daily routine, and see if I can talk to him on the side.
Okay. Well, I know right now he is definitely indisposed. So, just kind of walking around and whatnot, you're probably not going to bump into him. So,
Sure. No, I guess the idea is that because Juke's getting Sean Anderton's like public contact information. That's not something that would have required his contact. His contact was like finding the connection that he was researching this stuff in the first place, and maybe like where his rounds were going. So I guess the idea is that he would attempt to.
Right. Well,
piece together.
because you like looking through stuff and whatnot. You and doing your elite hacker skills and everything like that. You found out that he was kind of like investigating the missing equipment and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Beforehand. So, like I said, so like his like public contact info is available, which includes like his where like he is, which apartment he stays in, and his office terminal as well. So, actually, are you trying to get in contact with him directly, or are you trying to do it in a roundabout way?
I'm attempting to do it in a roundabout way.
Okay. With them knowing it's you, or anonymously?
Say knowing it's me.
Okay. Then sending, just trying to like send him a message or call him at one of his contact infos will probably be the most direct way to do so.
Okay. Then yeah, I guess he would leave the equivalent of a message.
Okay. Are you doing it
saying-
at his office space or his home space, or both?
Let's say his home space.
Okay.
So yeah, and it's in a message that's basically the equivalent of, I hear you're looking for information on this smuggling ring. I might have some info that'll help you out.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't quite know it's smuggling just yet. He just knows there's missing shit.
Well, okay, then basically the like his file would have said he was researching this missing shit, so the message would say, I have information about missing shit.
Okay. So you go ahead and you leave that message, and you're pretty much just waiting to hear back from him at this point. So what do you want to do while you're waiting to hear from him?
Yeah. It sounds like perhaps he would have also heard back from John Ransom based on what is that right?
Well, I don't know. John, are you gonna be contacting him again, shortly afterwards?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of take a friendly sort of ask, just who all like, so what's his idea about how widespread this is, and whether whether Weyland-Yutani has a handle on it.
Yeah. He tells Mr. Ransom that he honestly doesn't know. And that is the truth. He honestly doesn't know.
Well, he knows that somebody from Wayland is looking into missing equipment, but not specifically the smuggling.
Correct.
So, so you technically know something, but not that Wayland has connected all the dots yet.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Sorry, I misunderstood then. I assumed when he was asking about the Wayland connection, he meant, like, is Wayland behind the smuggling?
Oh yeah, just like, are they apprised of the situation?
Yeah, uncertain.
Okay. Well, I guess that's basically all I can do without throwing my weight around, which I do not want to do. So I'm just gonna see where it goes.
Okay.
Right on.
All right. So lots of stuff, you know, everybody's kind of going along their work days and everything like that. Punch out time kind of, you know, punch out time comes around. Sean, do you have like any after work rituals, or are you just going like straight home?
Sean will probably.
Sorry, Sean, not John.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I could change my name to be less similar.
I'll do last names. It's easier. So, Mr. Anderton.
Yes.
Mr. Anderton.
Yep.
Yes.
So yeah, does Sean have any after work rituals that he does, or does he just going straight back home?
So Sean will normally check the market prior to heading back up to his apartment to get fresh produce, to see what's available in terms of liquor and adult beverages, and then head up to the apartment. So,
Okay.
and that's what he's going to be doing today, after work.
Okay. So yeah, you get back. Yuki's not back yet. You know,
Okay.
medical professionals usually end up having to work later than normal. Than your normal 9 to 5ers.
Yep. And Sean will see that there is a message on his futuristic voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
So he will press play and listen to a fellow named Jukes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want to just say out what how the message goes?
Yo, I hear you're doing some investigating on missing materials. I may be of assistance. If you're interested, give me a holler. Ciao. And then the message is like, this message was from Brooklyn Jukes. Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. Doom, doom, doom. Little chimes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm. So Sean will look up this fellow and see what he's about.
Okay.
He's going to.
Yeah,
yeah.
so again, you know, public records, easy enough to find his contact information, what he does on the colony, yada yada, so on and so forth.
Sure. Would Sean have access to more detailed personnel files?
I mean, you can probably find his employment information, and whatnot, and find that stuff. But as far as like if there's any like deep dirt on him or anything like that, you're a little too low on the totem pole to just have straight up access to that.
Okay, that's fair. Can I make a roll to see if I could find it by other means?
Like you're trying to like hack into the system, basically.
Yes.
Sure. Go ahead.
So I rolled all of my blanks earlier. So this means I'm going to have successes with this roll. Right. Wrong.
Damn.
Today is not your day.
No, I'm going to push it. Because I need to have a success tonight. Just one.
Yeah.
You need third.
Over the amount of time, you would have gotten rid of your stress, so it would still just be one stress.
Okay, let me. There we go. Okay.
Because I think you need like at least an hour of uninterrupted rest to remove one stress.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, 2 successes.
Okay. And I think you used your story point already, right?
I did.
Yeah. 2 successes is not quite enough to breach the successes that the firewall got.
Okay.
Oh damn.
Great. Googly moogly. Well, Sean is going to give Jukes a call on the video screen and hit send. Hit call.
Okay. So are you
Am I answering?
well, that's what I'm like trying to figure out. Are you just calling like in his all his public contact info?
It was the number that he used to call me.
Okay. So Jukes, you have a personal like thing, don't you? That you use for that shit, right? Or
Personal
not
what?
Sean, Brooklyn. Mr. Jukes. I forget if you had a like personal device like that.
I have a Seegson system diagnostic device, but I do not believe that takes calls.
No, it does not.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Mr. Jukes, what are you doing when 5 o'clock hits?
Yeah, he's basically trying to take the time to de-stress because he's not really good at that, as evidence of the past few days before, where he was trying to learn how to have stronger nerves of steel and was not successful, and just decided the gun range was a better way to get rid of that stress. But he's back at his place, trying to see if he can channel some Zen. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so yeah, you get the comm device is in your apartment. Rings up.
Well, presumably I see it's from Mr. Anderton.
Yep.
I do that lovely thing where I let it ring for a moment or two, just to not come off as
You don't want to look desperate.
exactly. You don't want
It's
to
like,
look
look,
desperate.
our relationship is just starting. I don't want to come off clingy. You know, I don't want to make it like I was waiting by the phone for you or something.
Exactly. But yeah, then I answer and I'm like, hello? Juke speaking.
Hi, Mr. Jukes. This is Sean Anderton. You called me.
Ah, yes. I did, and well, I'm not sure if you want to continue any potential conversation of our call, or if you have any other preference.
So I'm guessing you want to meet somewhere discreetly.
Ah, that might be
GM.
prudent.
Yeah, GM, Game Mother. Is there like I'm sure there is. There's more of a like a bar, like a higher end bar that we could meet on the colony.
Yeah, I mean, like it's still in like the recreational area, but there is
Sure.
definitely the fancy bar where the more higher end people like to meet up so that they don't have to mix with the plebs.
Right. What's the name of that establishment? Put you on the spot.
Hold on, let me grab a thing real quick. I did
Okay.
actually, I have some stuff like set up. I just don't have it like pushed out.
Is it the Obi Club?
No, hold on, let me see.
Also, I apologize. I need like 1 minute, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So the higher end establishment, which is a kind of a restaurant with bar in it, is Baresi's.
Baresi's?
Yeah, Baresi apostrophe S. Which I totally didn't just make up on the spot.
Lies.
They don't have a Benihana on this.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting for Jukes to get back, Nelson, you have some meetups that you can be doing as well.
I could.
Do you want to follow up on any of those?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, you got Kyle, and you got what was the other one? It was see, I just want to make sure I could say the name right, and not say like 3 different names. Yeah, Talia.
Kyle
So you
and
got your
who?
you got your buddy Kyle, and you got Talia Yorkshire, who is a fellow engineer on the colony.
No, yeah, they're both gonna meet up at the same time for beer, right?
Well, I mean, like they have both like
Attention all Andromedans.
expressed
Station operates.
They have both like expressed invitations for you.
Using hyperspace travel and
Okay.
communication.
No, yeah.
So you can
I'll
take
meet up.
one or both. Be like, just tell them both. Be like, hey, yeah, let's meet up
Attention all Andromedans.
here or whatever at
Station
whatever
operates
time.
linear spacetime.
Yeah,
Please
basically.
refrain from using
It's like,
hyperspace travel and communication.
doing the same shit, so why not? But yeah, I guess I'll just kind of message Kyle and Talia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll just message Kyle and Talia about it, and it's like, no, yeah, let's all meet up at the same place, same time. And I don't know where that would be. What would be the local bar or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's a place called like Rudy's or whatever, like in the rec area. That's pretty much the one of the go-to places at whenever like shift changes happen.
Hmm. But yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Okay, so we'll go back with Jukes and Anderton here for a minute now that Jukes is back, and then we'll go and do that as well.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. Also, what is Ransom doing at Quitting time?
Oh, he's going to be. Yeah. He's got to be doing something other than just playing chess. What is he doing?
Do you think he'd be the sort to tail Jukes if he thinks that Jukes knows more than he's letting on.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. That's a good point. He'll sort of he's got his old Wayland Utani hat, and he's gonna be uh, sort of. I mean, he's got a beard, so he's you know conspicuous, but at the same time, he knows how to tail people. So that he'll just hang out a little while. He doesn't really have anything else going on.
Okay. So you kind of like you'll just end up kind of quote unquote follow Jukes to the rec center as he goes to his meetup, but as you see that he goes into the actual expensive restaurant for whatever reason, you probably would you follow him in there, or would you hang out like in the more common area?
I'd hang out for a little while just to make sure that once he sees who he's supposed to be meeting. I mean, at this point, he's going to guess that he's not going to meet any of his engineer or any of his
Pilot buddies.
his pilot buddies in the swank place. So he's going to wait a little while, and then he'll come in and introduce himself.
Okay. So, all right. So Jukes and Sean, you guys are you guys have met up. You've gotten are you gonna have a table, or are you gonna sit at the expensive looking bar?
We'll sit at a booth somewhere towards the back corner,
Okay.
and Sean's going to order whatever Jukes would want as a beverage.
Oh man. He'll have the fanciest beer on the menu.
Oh, right. Okay. And Sean will have a glass of wine.
Right. One Budweiser, please.
Yeah.
Man, even the expensive fancy place.
No Miller High Life.
Right.
Nah,
Champagne and beers.
freaking PBR, man.
Nice.
Oh, God. All right. Mr. Jukes, how can I help you?
I think the question's more, how can I help you? I hear you're doing some investigating on missing parts.
Yes, that is true. I had been making my rounds of inquiries to various departments on the colony prior to the mining accident, which has been taking up the majority of my time. But now that seems to be wrapping up, I can now focus back on this missing parts.
Well, I
So-
don't want to bore you with information you may or may not already know, so why don't you tell me what you know so far, and I'll fill you in on the details I have.
Well, I'd like to start with first, what is your role here, Mr. Jukes? What is your profession?
I'm one of the pilots of this colony.
I see. And how would you come into contact with this information?
I mean, is that really important?
I think it helps establish credibility, does it not?
Is Juke sweating there a little bit?
I mean, a little, but at the same time, his ultimate game isn't actually to get like money out of Mr. Anderton. He just wants to look good in front of this guy.
Right. I mean, so this is meta talk, out of
Yeah.
character.
Right,
Right.
right.
So Sean's not going to take that,
Information
his-
seriously.
right, because from his point of view, how does he know that Juice isn't just someone who's caught wind of something and wants to make a quick buck by filling him in with useless information, right?
Right.
So Sean's going to want to establish something of saying that Jukes is an authority because A, B, and C.
Right.
So
Well-
Sean will take a sip of his wine and look over across the the table from you as you sip your beer.
Yeah. He's gonna say, you know, you have a good point. You don't have any reason at this point to believe I have any credibility. I guess you're just gonna have to trust me. And he puts on his best winning smile.
Oh my goodness.
And he's gonna lean in and he's like,
roll for deception.
Yeah. How pretty are those teeth?
probably not any bigger than yours. But he's gonna lean in and he goes, look, I just want to put this out on a little good faith. I'm not asking for any compensation.
Oh.
I like to build relationships.
Oh. Sean's going to raise an eyebrow and smirk a little bit as he sips his wine again. He'll say, Mr. Jukes, I really do appreciate your being so candid with me about your ultimate goal here, but I think at the end, all of us want to have something with the work that we're doing to have an end goal, whether it be extra money or to make established relationships. And Sean will go into some of the most vague elements of what his investigation has encompassed so far. Of going to I'm looking through my notes. Going to the air processor, going to where else do we go? The processor plant, to speaking to the chief marshal about this. Going to
Yes. I mean, speaking of marshals,
yes.
I can tell you that they know a little bit more about these missing parts being more than just missing parts. They're missing because people want them to go missing.
Well, that's obvious. Otherwise, they wouldn't go missing, would they? Do you think there's more to it than just people with petty theft?
I mean, petty's a pretty relative term, isn't it?
In terms of dollars, I think it is considered petty. However, they are company assets and they do belong to Weyland-Yutani, regardless of their value. Do you have any reason to believe that the marshals are in on this extracurricular activity?
In on it? No, I don't think they are.
Are you certain?
Well, what can we be certain of anything? But from what I know, I have
And
no
who have you
reason to believe.
Who have you been speaking to with the marshals?
Well, I've spoken with Mr. Goodwin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been my primary contact.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Goodwin?
Goodwin. I see. I have not met Mr. Goodwin. I primarily meet with Marshal Richardson.
Yeah, well, as you might know, it sometimes helps to talk with us little people to get the
Oh.
real information. And
It's all a group effort here on this colony.
of course.
What other information have you uncovered that I haven't disclosed?
I basically tell Mr. Anderton about the shipment that was meant
The
to
stuff
go
that's
up.
on your ship.
Yes.
Stuff that was the stuff that you found in the cargo of the ship that you were going to take up.
Right.
Oh. And what is the name of your ship?
I guess whatever the name of the ship is.
Okay, that helps.
You can come up with a
I
name
give you
for
the
it.
name of the ship.
You can come up with a name for it if you want. I mean, like they're not like, you know,
Or we can
it's
just
not
say
like
Juke.
my ship. You know, it's it is a there's a small, you know, fleet of like shuttlecraft and whatnot, right?
Oh,
So,
okay, I
but
didn't
if you
know
want to
it was a
like,
big-
if you want to make up
big
names for
freighter.
them, go for it because they would be personal to you.
Yeah, give me a moment. I actually have a list of potential names I could use. I just have to find.
Yeah.
It's not that document. Is it this one? No, probably not. I made a document of like all the names from various Joseph Conrad characters and
Oh.
whatnot.
Well, we can come back to it. It's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
yeah, yeah.
What's the name of ship? Ship name here.
Ship name.
Perfect. Excellent. Okay. Yep.
BD.
All right. Well, I think that should be very helpful with my investigation. How about we meet back here in a few days' time, and we can exchange notes. And I will come up with a way to compensate you for your efforts, Mr. Juke.
Hey, like I said, I'm just looking to make new friends.
Well, and I appreciate new friends, and I want to show gratitude to friends, especially friends who are able to help me with a project of mine.
Maybe I can take a IOU
I think that
or a
would be
favor
appropriate.
down the road.
I think that would be appropriate. Or if you would need some type of paperwork signed for a new assignment or promotion, I think that could be arranged.
I think this could be the start of a beautiful friendship.
I agree. Is there anything else, Mr. Jukes?
Let me pay for your drink.
Oh no, that's fine. I'll put it on my tab.
I insist.
No, I'm not going to be rude then.
Can I good GM, can I roll to see if I ingratiate myself further with Sean on that? Or is that
What do you mean? Elaborate.
so basically everything like paying for the drinks and his talk and whatnot has been him attempting to like on a surface level, this is like the two people talking shit to try to get like what's the right now the bonds are just words.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see if I can secure that from a potential successful manipulation of the scene we just had.
Um,
Or is that, would you argue that's
I mean, if it was with an NPC, sure, but since it's with another PC, that is completely up to the PC on how well ingratiated he feels towards you.
Fair enough.
And what would I roll to counter that?
I'd assume it'd be manipulation versus manipulation.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're, I mean, like in this case, like it is very much just a role play thing, right? Not like
Yeah.
Correct.
you know. So it is very much just a matter of, you know, Sean, how ingratiated do you feel toward Jukes?
I mean, if he wants to roll with that, I'm fine with that. I mean, Sean doesn't have any reason to doubt Jukes other than what was stated previously.
Mhm.
But if he wants to roll on that and I can counter roll on that to see, I'm fine with it. I'm not going to object to that.
Right, but I mean, like, it's kind of one of those things where it's all like, you know, to the end that, you know, he is trying to like do, it really comes down to like how the players feel about it.
But I think it's fine. I mean, I think it's good role playing. So
Okay. Yeah, we can just leave
Yeah.
that at that. Yeah, I wasn't sure if from the previous scenes, I assumed that unless pressed for it, Mr. Anderton was, you know, gonna more or less, you know, keep his dominant position and
Yeah, I mean, like,
yeah.
I mean, obviously you've, you know, kind of held some stuff back and whatnot. In which case, like, if in case of actually having roles and stuff like that, would be if Sean wanted to like actually like get a read on you on, is he actually telling me everything he knows about the situation.
Sure. Okay.
That would really be in this case it would be like Sean, it would be like a observation check
well, let's do that.
toward him, and then Jukes, you would be defending with manipulation.
Well, let's do that because I think that will serve the purpose of what Jukes wants to have
Attention all Andromedans. This
in terms
station
of
operates in
credibility,
linear
right?
space-time. Please refrain from using
Because I think
hyperspace
that's what
travel
you're
for
really getting
communication.
after, is to see if Sean believes Jukes, or if he's kind of enamored by Jukes.
Attention
I
all
would say the
Andromedans.
latter is more important. Even if he doesn't buy it, if he's like,
Please
wow,
refrain
this
from
guy is,
using hyperspace travel
it,
and
you know,
communication.
he's trying to, like, even if he knows like he's holding back, he's like, wow, if Sean was the sort to be like, I might respect this guy for being so ballsy.
Right. Yeah.
That's
So I'll
the gist of it.
okay. So I'll roll observation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, and Jukes, you'll roll manipulation. Any talents or any kinds that would apply, make sure you apply them.
If I wanted to use a story point, would I do that after?
Are you looking to add it to like successes and stuff like that?
Yes.
Then yeah, I mean you can say that you want to use your story point to add a success. So you'd just add a success to your total roll.
Okay.
So I push that to get one success.
Okay.
These rolls are terrible. Absolutely terrible.
All right, so Mr. Jukes, you got a total of 2 successes using your story point.
Yep.
All right, so he is so Juke seems that he has given you the information that he knows. You did not get a read on him that he was necessarily holding anything intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So however that puts your relationship with each other is still up to y'all in the end, though.
Sure.
So how does Sean feel about Jukes at the moment?
So let's go back here. So Sean, I think, is going to take what Juice has said at face value, and see him as a person who's wanting to create an opportunity for himself, which Sean can appreciate because that's what he's all about, trying to get ahead in the game. So Sean is going to pursue and continue to seek out whatever information, regardless of how viable it may be, about this smuggling ring, as he's calling it, Juice is calling it,
Okay.
in the future. Yeah.
All right. So, I guess at that point, you guys just kind of like have a nice little sit down at the end, finish your drinks, finish any food that you might have had, kind of thing. Yep. Okay. Then we can go ahead and I'll go to Mr. Sharp's little get together.
Oh boy, what's going on?
Well, so you meet up with your buddy Kyle and your acquaintance who happens, work in the same field as you, Miss Talia Yorkshire. Y'all meet up for a couple drinks.
Neat. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so I can do this one of two ways. I can just be the NPCs, or if you guys want to take control of one of these characters and just have like fun banter between each other, we can do that as well.
I'm indifferent either way.
Right, I'm more asking if anybody else wants to like
Okay.
take control of these NPCs for this like bantering conversation and whatnot.
Well, I'll take that as a no.
Bueller?
Mueller.
Is that for me?
That is for anybody who wants to like take up a role in a multi-person conversation.
Oh, just as like
As an NPC?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally. I would
Playing
just...
as a character, which is an NPC.
sure.
I just had to refill my glass, but yeah.
Yeah. So we got Kyle, who is basically one of the miners and stuff like that, who as described by Steve here as drinks Monster and punches drywall, but it's a cool dude. And then Talia Yorkshire, which was a character from one of our previous players, who is the scientist character, who is his sister, who's a mechanical engineer, so kind of works in the same department as Mr. Nelson here.
Okay.
Fairly, positive attitude for the most part, but
Right.
So, does anybody want to take up either of these characters?
I have to take a call real quick. I will be right back.
I'll
Okay.
take that as a no.
It's like, oh, yes, yeah, call, yes.
I will take one.
Okay, which one do you want to do?
Am I the only one volunteering?
Looks like it.
Okay, I'll go with Natalia.
Okay, just Talia, not Talia. Talia.
Oh, Talia?
Yeah.
as opposed to Shortia.
Right?
Back.
Oh, awful. Okay.
Let me just fucking.
All right. Well, I'll just go ahead and do Kyle then.
Okay.
Sorry.
So yeah, so Nelson, you get to Rudy's and there's kind of you see Kyle and Talia look like they're waiting for you at the entrance.
Hi, Talia.
Hey, that must be Talia. How's it going? What's up?
Oh, we're just having a drink. What's going on with you? You look good for someone who was in an accident.
Yeah, let me fucking tell you about my week. Goddamn. Wait, where were you at when that stuff was going down?
Game Mother? Where was Talia?
Doing engineering things.
Doing engineering things.
We'll say that Talia is one of the engineers who helps keeps the processor, the atmospheric processor,
Okay.
working.
I didn't know if Talia was like in the cave as that shit was going down or anything like that. So I don't know.
She's been the one neglecting the drills.
Fucking knew it.
Okay, back in the character. Yeah, I mean, I was there at the processing plant when we got word of what happened. Yeah, it was crazy to hear about it.
Yeah, it was definitely something. It's
You okay?
no, yeah. It's still being a thing, but it'll if
Well, what happened?
nothing. It's just this dude fucking I talked to earlier today. Some guy showed up like when I was in med bay after the whole thing, and I don't know if it's actually I don't know what his deal is, but yeah, it's just been kind of on my mind.
This dude happened to be a corporate type.
Definitely seemed like it.
Yeah.
Especially with the fucking high dollar apartment that he had going on, so I would assume so.
Yeah, I think it's
Definitely not the executive position name.
I mean, you want to hear my take on it? I think part of earning your stripes when you're living out in the colonies is getting tangled up with some corporate asshole. Just kind of always happens.
What, that happened to you?
I mean, it's everybody wants something, if they're working for the company.
Makes sense. Oh shit. Ugh. I'm not really sure what to really say. I mean, it's like it. No, yeah, it was basically like 3 days in. I mean, y'all already probably know that, but yeah, legs feeling a lot better. Still a little bit sore, but it's it is what it is, and I'll probably get back to it like in a few days, and hopefully we can figure out what the hell's going on down there.
No, what do you think happened down there?
I still don't know. Basically, I was working on one of the machines, and then they pull up another machine and another drill to start working as I'm working on the other one, and the same nonsense happened. And of course, the rest is history. I didn't even get a fucking chance to look to see what they were drilling into. But yeah.
Well,
sounds really awful.
Speaking of.
Well, this round's on me then.
You don't gotta do that, man.
No, it's like one part of getting your stripes on the colonies is getting fucked with by corporate. Second part.
All right.
Second part.
So
is
what do we cheer to? Getting fucked over by corporates.
Yep. Getting shrapnel and getting fucked over. That's the life of an engineer, my man.
Seems
I'll drink
legit.
to that. I'll drink to that. Especially when he's buying. Yeah.
I imagine it's not actually Talia. It's just Sean in, like a wig.
In a wig.
I'll drink to that.
You look really familiar.
Say like $75.
No, I
Wait,
don't.
what? Listening in on Nelson time now. Wait, what? Hold on.
No, that has nothing to do with y'all. That's
Okay. Understandable. Have a nice day. But yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else that I could probably mention, but
I mean, there's the bullshit that happened while you were in medical.
no, yeah. That's kind of when I said what I said. I kind of summarized it, but it was just some guy showed up when I was in medbay and they asked about like if it was a corporate.
Well, no, I'm talking about like the
Yeah.
other stuff that like happened to you while you were there.
Oh yeah, the fucking okay.
The guy that was
So
screaming.
before that, yeah, the fucking traumatic event. How could I forget?
How could I forget this traumatic event that happened to me? Well,
I'm also curious if these friends are close enough for your character to confide in about your crazy ass dream.
well,
We got a few Browns in.
Kyle would, at least by the brief description, is at least somebody that Nelson knows from beforehand. Talia is more of a newer acquaintance.
But I think Nelson would be open enough to talk shit to to, like anybody in front of him, of course, because it's like he just did that to Sean. So, what is it?
I
If
mean,
he's gonna do
it's
that,
complete.
then I
It
don't
is
see
completely up
anything
to you, though. So
Yeah, but yeah, stuff and things. No, yeah. So, I'm waking up in the damn hospital bed or medbay bed. I can't even fucking brain words. Medbay. I'm waking up in medbay, and all of a sudden this dude's having a damn seizure like next to me.
Oh, God.
And it's like I don't think I was even able to check on him, but it's like he just started spazzing out and shit and screaming. That was fucking terrifying, honestly. Like, have y'all ever seen that? Just in general, or hear about stuff like that?
About people spazzing out?
About people in medbay like spazzing out and screaming.
Well, I mean, it is a medbay, right?
Well, I guess, but I don't know how often that happens. That's the first time I've been on a fucking bed.
I mean, I have not been in a medbay in a long time.
Getting no
So
drinks and no
I-
sex.
What? I mean,
I
one
don't
time, way back when I was starting out, there was a guy who was doing a bunch of stimulants to, take on more work shifts, and that ended pretty poorly for him. But I
That
think
yeah, no, that just sounds like a bad idea to begin with. But I mean, I guess I don't
yeah, but that's weird though.
know.
It's pretty. Things are pretty, pretty tight usually around here. You would have heard of somebody going off their fucking rocker, right?
Right.
I mean, what was he spazzing out about? Did he say, or was he calling out to someone?
I didn't
or-
know. I didn't stop to ask. I fucking tried to leave the room before. I don't know. He started swinging shit. He didn't actually start swinging shit, but I just didn't want to be near the guy, so I got moved down a couple of doors, and it's like everything was, relatively okay until what's his face showed up.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Gosh, what was this guy in the accident? Guy going crazy?
You have my sympathies. Actually, was he? Shit.
Oh, are you asking me if he was one of the injured miners? No.
No, yeah, because I don't think, yeah.
Out of game, he was the old guy that Jukes found, right?
Yeah.
Or not the old guy, but the
The guy that Jukes was supposed to bring up to the station to go home. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
No,
he was not one of the injured miners.
All right. Yeah, I couldn't remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so backing up.
Yeah. Backing up.
Back.
So was this guy involved in the mining accident? I mean, who was this guy that was going crazy? Do you know him?
No, I didn't see him beforehand, so he must have been some other old guy that was having some kind of problems. I don't know. I don't know him. So
I guess it really doesn't matter, but
I'm sorry.
you know nothing. You know nothing.
I know nothing.
Well, I'm glad you're doing all right now, and you look good. I was thinking you would look pretty rough. I mean, you usually look rough, but
Wow.
you know,
Okay. All right. I see
you
how
look
it is.
good considering.
Well, yeah. You know, be like that sometimes.
It do feel like that sometimes.
So Kyle is going to get this next round too, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome.
Drink.
Chuck.
Gosh.
So when you go back to the mines, can you still go down there, or is it closed off? What's going on with that?
Did Nelson even get it? I don't think Nelson even got any kind of notification of what was going on. So
No, not really.
yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, it's kind of like one of those things. It's kind of one of the things where the three of you continue on throughout the evening, drinking and whatnot, and talking and all
Well,
of that other good stuff.
No, yeah. I guess like out of character, I should have probably just said like, wait, he doesn't know about that, right? Because Nelson doesn't know about that, right? Because the only thing that Nelson got was like the hey, you're gonna come back and
Yeah, I expect you back to work in
manager
2
being
days.
like, hey, you're coming into work, right?
Yeah.
Attention all
Yeah.
Andromedans.
But no, all right,
This
back in
station
character.
operates in linear space-time.
No, yeah,
Please refrain from using hyperspace
I
travel
assume
and
so. I got
teleportation.
a message from my supervisor about jumping back in a few days, so I don't know if I'm going to be in the same spot or if they're going to move me around, but I guess we'll just see.
Yeah. So yeah, you continue to have a night with some buds and everything like that, and eventually you all head back and everything like that.
I would like just to say that at some point I would like to make a nighttime call to Mr. Brooklyn Jukes.
For ransom? Yeah, okay. Go for it.
All right. So sometime in the night or whenever he's asleep, I'm gonna be knocking on his door, loud enough, and if it doesn't come to the door, I'll just keep on knocking.
No, if you said this was gonna be like later in the night when he's likely asleep.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that tone. Yes.
He's got his bathrobe on. Comes to the door.
Mr.
Oh.
Jukes,
Can I help you?
can I come in?
He waves Mr. Ransom in, or like motions rather.
Thank you. So, Mr. Jukes, where are you from originally? Like, where were you born?
Out of character. I should have thought about this. Oh, oh, just your.
Just your average city kid trying to get out into space.
Just another United America colony.
You're colonists. You're a colonist like me. You've been at this for a long time. You should know that, like, we're not provincial people, you and I. Like, you gotta know that, like, I do things for, like, I do this for a living, this martial thing, you know? So, I need you to be upfront with me. Sean Anderton, you met with him last night. Am I correct?
Or earlier tonight.
Yes, earlier tonight.
Okay, wait. So out of character. I mean, I guess is this something that he'd be able to have figured out? I mean, I know he followed me to the bar, but he didn't actually know.
There were some behind the scenes things going on while you guys were talking.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, he's
A friend of yours?
Lover.
I wouldn't say he's a friend yet, but I've been trying.
And why? Why? What's so important? What's interesting about this man to you?
What are your plans to do with my son?
What are your intentions?
Mr. Jukes, I don't know what you think I do every day, but I am a professional. When I asked you earlier whether the company was clued in on the smuggling that was happening, there was an implicit question in there of whether or not you were going to bring them in there. And to be clear, I do not need Sean Anderton to be coming in on this, and you know how you have dealt with corporate types before. I know I have. My last posting, it was a resort colony. You know what kind of people hang out there? They are like Sean Anderton times 100. They are the type of people who will just wreck your fucking life. So, I'm just telling you, if you give a corporate Weyland-Yutani type any kind of, morsel or something, you think you're gonna get something out of them, they're gonna take 10 times as much from you. Let me tell you that. I am really, really just trying to keep things. I'll just say this, that I do not want Weyland-Yutani to know about this smuggling. I want the smuggling to stop, but it's not good for the colony if Weyland-Yutani starts throwing its weight around here. I am very much in favor of things staying even here on Atris. I do not need suits getting all up in this. So you are going to be meeting with him in 2 days. Am I correct on that?
Suppose it wouldn't do much good to tell you otherwise.
You're going to meet with him, but you're not going to tell him anything new. In fact, I need you to be more forthcoming with me about what you know about this smuggling operation. And we're going to I do, even though you've tried to sort of like double deal here. Everyone, I know everyone's human. You don't have to justify it to me, but we are going to. I'm going to take at face value your original report to the Marshal Service, and we're gonna shut this whole smuggling thing down. Small potatoes as it is. You're gonna help me. You're gonna get some credit for that, but we are not going to bring Weyland-Yutani into this. Am I understood on that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I will let you get back to your night.
Thank you, sir. Indeed.
And we'll go ahead and call it on that.
Nice. Well, that actually helps me decide who my new buddy and rival are now.
Who's that?
Well, so originally I was trying to be buddies with everyone, basically. You know, like like your character just said, double dipping, essentially.
Yeah, right.
But because the marshal is now, you know,
Being a
got
dick.
him pinned. Ruining the fun. The marshal is probably now his rival for the time being.
Sounds like coercion to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very good role playing, though.
Yeah, man, that was awesome.
All right. Let us go over XP things. All right, so everybody participating in the session, if you do not currently have a story point, you gain a story point.
Sweet.
All right, everybody gets 1 XP for also participating.
Yep.
Did you sacrifice something to further your personal agenda? That would be the next one. Jukes, you didn't really do anything there.
No. Nope. Not so much.
Nelson, not really. Sean, you actually achieved your agenda there, so I'll go ahead and give you that. Or Mr. Anderton there. And then for Mr. Ransom, pull yours up here. Oh, right,
Yeah.
yours up here.
To be clear, as a player, part of the reason I was trying to angle so much for rolling like manipulation and stuff and such is because I was trying to give Jukes the opportunity to basically show off on something.
Right.
But obviously that didn't pan out. Which is fine. Obviously, the scenario played out awesome. But
Mm-hmm.
I just letting you all know as players that was why
Yeah.
I was working that angle.
Yeah.
All right, and Ransom, I'm gonna say not quite there for that one.
No worries.
Nobody really risked your life for anybody.
Nope.
Did you challenge or stand up to your rival PC? Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and give everybody that because everybody pretty much had a confrontation with somebody.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and give everybody that.
right.
Nobody made a panic roll.
What was that point for again?
Challenge or stand up.
Yeah,
sorry,
challenge or
go
stand up to a rival PC.
Wait, we're challenge.
Do you have a rival on your character sheet? I mean, I'm assuming it's Sean Anderton.
It is now.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking. Yeah, I think I should change my rival now.
Yeah, I know. I just did for my own character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, everybody will get a point for that one. Nobody made a panic roll. Wasn't really any dangerous events to overcome. Making a significant discovery or revelation. Let's see. I'll probably say Ransom and Anderton will get that one through the interaction with Jukes and basically getting the kind of the down low on that stuff.
Indeed.
Perform an extraordinary action of some kind. Nobody really did that.
Nope.
And I don't think anybody earned any money doing anything.
Nope.
No exchanging of cash.
I specifically went out of my way to not take cash, at least at this time.
All right. But yeah, hope everybody enjoyed that. I was dying at a couple points there, but yeah, some of y'all's interactions.
Nelson and Sean was definitely the highlight of this.
Do you like that one?
That was the best.
That was pretty fun.
Well, yeah, it was fun.
I'm glad that we're getting some cross PC interaction now.
Yeah, no, I mean like it. I knew it was gonna take a little bit, but yeah, there's it just takes it to the point of like actually having situations in which you guys will actually interact with each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Much like being on a natural colony of over 1,000 people, not everybody's gonna run into each other.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. I was actually curious. So this is like, obviously they don't have the colony like source book out for Alien, but this is you do like the thing with the roll 66 to like come up with scenarios for the campaign, or is it stuff you write yourself?
So I have a document for character stories, and I make notes and stuff like that. And if something comes, like for the first few sessions, I was coming up with events for each character and whatnot, basically until it gets to the point where you guys kind of start interacting with each other. So yes, everything that I was like doing as far as like events and stuff like that, I was making for like the characters. So they were not randomly made encounters. Although I have thought about it, and I looked into like doing that kind of stuff, and just kind of looking at what they had, I'm all like, none of this is really going to apply just yet. So everything has been custom tailored for you all.
Cool.
Cool.
But yeah, so next time when Chris gets back and he's able to bring Frank back in, be able to do some stuff with them. I'm not sure if I'm going to try and go like do stuff with his stuff in next session, or if I'm going to just kind of like get with him and do like
Something on the side.
something on the side, and then pick up where we left off. So we'll see.
I mean, if you need like someone to play NPCs or whatever for like a side thing, just drop me a line. I'm usually available.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like it'll
same
be
here.
like if I do something on the side, it'll likely be over like text message, like DMs and stuff like that. So
All right, sweet.
You may want to change Frank's permission settings because I can view his character sheet. I shouldn't be able to do that.
look. Oh yeah,
Frank Romero.
yeah. I need to. Did he? There we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I put it on all
Yeah,
players
very good.
initially, just until he got in, so he could get on there. But I
Yeah.
didn't realize I hadn't changed it yet. Okay.
There we go. Well, this was very enjoyable. It was a fun session.
Yeah.
brunch.
Sean getting on everyone's bad side except for Jukes because he wants some of that recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
cool. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Well, I hope everybody had fun and enjoyed their time together.
Well, thank you for joining us, Basic.
Yeah, of course. It was a lot of fun. It's yeah, I'm usually used to ARPG as being like the cinematic style where like things ramp up real quick, but like sort of this.
Yeah.
I like the sort of
Slow burn.
slow
Yeah.
burst.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like I said before, it's all like the cinematic scenarios are more meant to like, be like the movies and everything like that, right? This is more like if you were watching like the Netflix series or something.
Sure. Which will be
And
here
I-
at some point in the next few years.
And I'm personally glad we have a PC that's a Marshall. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I've not played with a Marshall yet in a campaign setting, so
Cool.
that's pretty cool.
We'll see what I get up to.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out and sticking with it so far.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Peter.
Y'all take it easy. Have a good one.
Have a
All right.
good evening.
Have a good night, guys.
Goodbye.
Night.
See ya.
All right, and whoop. And again, thank you guys for hanging out and watching, and I'll see y'all in like 2 weeks.